Hello everyone and welcome back to Roman's Christmas. Let's continue where we left off. Also, if you like what you're seeing or watching, please don't hesitate to hit like and subscribe. If you hear any weird noises, it's because I am trying to warm up. Should we take a nap? We can't go upstairs. First of September 1230, Helios first died, and his successor Helios II ascended to the throne. Once Helios II gained power, he made a pledge that he would realize Helios' first unfinished aspiration. Helios II sent royal guards to inspect the country, punishing any who discriminate against any other races. Though these persuasive measures have been viewed by some as harsh or cruel, the results have been undeniable. I closed the book as the smell of steam butter reached my nostrils. Christmas dinner is almost ready. Could you guys help bring the tables together? Okay. I'll start serving dinner when everyone is here. Me, Heron, and Enos started moving around the tables, placing the long table top on top, and laying out the red and green striped tablecloths. It was getting dark and everyone gathered at the table. Merry Christmas. Let us hope. Oh, wrong voice. Yeah, let us hope it will be. Surely it will be. Peter came out from the kitchen carrying a cauldron. Misty white steam flowed out the gap in the lid. The pot was so large that I could only see the tops of Peter's ears behind it. Peter stumbled near the long table and slammed upon the table, splashing some gravy. I have to admit, that's the one advantage to having such a small figure. Even Peter was a bit clumsy with the dishes. No one would complain. If a big guy like Enos slammed down a pot like that, people would think he wanted to fight. Oh, so sorry. Well, next time you need to carry a big pot of stuff, let me know. I'll do it. Aaron accidentally dropped a serving spoon on the floor and asked Ansok, who was near the kitchen, to help him get another one. Tarzan also came out with 2 large plates of grilled meat and baked apples. There are still apples in this season? If stored properly, you can eat them on your own. Although this plate is my last stock. As soon as Tarzan set the last few dishes down, everyone started to reach out. Wait a moment. Here's his hands hung in the air, his eyes looking a bit vicious. Given that it's Christmas, I think we should pray before eating to thank the God who gave us food. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Mon Dieu, so I mentioned these before Father Heron. Wait, I don't have my rosary. I might need to go upstairs to get it. Aaron stood up strenuously, preparing to squeeze around half the table to get to the stairs. Relax, I'll go fetch it. The quicker it's done, the quicker we eat. Wait, his door's still locked. Wrong voice. What? His door's still locked? Ansok seemed not to hear and strolled upstairs with his loot. That red scald bard better hurry up. There's a muffled sound from upstairs. What happened? Oh dear. I should have not spoken. Ansok must have just tripped or something, alright? The carpet on the second floor is so thick, so he's probably fine. Take it easy. Tarzan quickly left the table and headed upstairs. I also ran up to follow. The closer to the stairs I got, the more the smell of stew and spices in the tavern became mixed with a familiar wet coppery smell. It smells like it was more than just a fall. I ran the stairs quickly, taking them 2 at a time and clutching the handrails. I rushed up along the inside of the spiral staircase. It was Anzacs. He was lying on the carpet, motionless. The wooden ladder leading to the attic had fallen. It had struck him on the head. Bright red blood spread down across Anzal's darker crimson scales and leaked onto the thick carpet. The heavy wooden ladder was still pressed against his head like a boot pressing down on top of a melon. The hemp rope, which had originally tied the ladder to a wooden handle, swung like a pendulum in the air. Don stood there stunned for a moment before he rushed forward to pull the twine. Anzacs! The ladder slid up to the loft along the guide rails, making a sharp friction noise. Ravi squeezed past me and crouched beside Anzacs. Wait, don't disturb this. He's still alive. What? Still alive? His head is covered with blood. Being covered with blood doesn't equal death. Ravi pulled a white handkerchief from his pocket and pressed against Anzac's head. The fabric slowly turned red from the wound, spreading across it like spilled wine on a tablecloth. How can you? Ravi grabbed Anzac's tail and knuckled down firmly against the ventral side. The flaccid turtle called up at once and did not slacken again until the hand was released. You see, he's still alive, but we can stop the bleeding, get him into bed, and apply a poultice. He should recover. You really are calm about this. Not to interrupt, but this ladder isn't exactly light. You could... Venus grabbed Anzac's armpits. Ravi supported his head and lifted Anzac's legs. Then we lifted him aside together. Once we were out the way, Tarzan loosened his grip and let the ladder fall back down. Anzacs will not wake up for a while. Carry him upstairs and put him in his bed. When I count, trois, we lift him upstairs together. Un, dos, trois. Luna and I carried Anzac's limp body up into the attic. Body unconscious ones felt heavier than usual. Over to the bed now. Alright, just leave him to me. Alright, just leave him to me. Do something else and stay out of my way. Ravi sat down on the edge of the bed, pulling bottles and tins from his medicine box. What's the situation? I don't know. It will be some time before he regains consciousness. I'm just relieved you can take care of him. I climbed down the wooden ladder. He's a foolish bolt, alright? Well, he's not going to die. Good. Well then, let us begin searching. What? Do you assume Anzac's injury was an accident? Isn't it because the handle I used to secure the rope broke? Perhaps. Elegant shrugged. We're all downstairs at the time of the Anzac's accident, so surely it was just an accident, but it fell off somehow. As much as I prefer to go back and eat, I'm already hungry enough to inspire my predatory instincts. We should try to finish dinner first, and weather like this, stew gets cold quickly. And I haven't eaten anything today. How could you eat with such a problem stuck in your throat? Forget it, let's finish it quick. I've heard of a foreign general who had no time to drink after pouring a glass of warm wine, and they went to battle with the enemy general. When he returned victorious, the wine was still warm. Then let me do a simple survey to find what the reason is. I took the keychain from Tarzan and straightened my collar. But the crime scene has been... Ease is fine. I've seen it all and I can rebuild it. Should I drag Annox back down the ladder? If you must do this to solve the case. I'll do it instead. Isn't it too cruel to let Annox go back here? Thanks for your hard work. I will pull up the ladder a little. As we pull up the ladder a little, so you may slowly climb on the ladder, not hurt yourself. Here. Left up. Just. Go somewhere else to search. I have not finished yet. Ella again squatted down and grabbed Sergeant's horns to position him. Hey, easy there. My key is locked inside my room. The keychain is pinned around my waist. Take it yourself and return it afterward. Okay. Wait, the door's open again. Alrighty then. Let's talk to Zarzan. And Krishan talked to Zarzan. He was laying on a ladder. Is it alright if I ask you something? Not unless I want to open. Not unless I want to open my mouth wide enough to answer. I think you also don't speak Draconic. What can you tell me about the ladder to the attic? Other than the fact that it's currently on top of me? Well, it's heavy. If it dropped us on your sides, they might die. Then why did you install this in a tavern? Normally I'm the only one living in the attic. I don't operate the ladder. Then there are guests nearby, so I didn't expect it to hit someone. By the way, when Ansas came to the tavern, he just slept with me in the attic. Slept with him? Okay. Not to be rude, could you hurry up? My head's getting sore. Zarzan, can you move over a little and take a look? Excuse me, I have something to ask you. Very well, just be quick. Assumption about incident. What do you think happened this time? I think an acquaintance did this. Why? Only someone who knew Anaxwell could predict his behavior and sabotage the ladder. So you say. Scene situation. What is the situation with the scene? Speak with the others first. I'm still figuring out if there are some clues. I need to concentrate to figure these out. Rosie went upstairs. Who has gone upstairs today, both morning and afternoon? Do you not remember that? I'm just trying to confirm it. Today, Xavi was upstairs first, then you. Then someone went upstairs during the dark camp. Then everyone was resting in the hall during the afternoon. Ah. Name list. Enzo's name is also on the list of your room, Kid explained. It may be a coincidence. Never mind. I may be tempted to burn that book. What if it's some sort of cursed notebook that kills everyone whose name is written in it and crossed out? I never thought that you believed in curses. I'm done. Go about your business. I am not finished. Go do something else. I should go collect any evidence, test my further places first. Things on first floor if relevant to case. I'll check all the guest rooms. Although not everyone can give useful tests, but asking everyone is still necessary. Sean is gone. But let's just check it out just in case. Moon solar suitcases well crafted stored here. I can't open them without their permission. A pillow. Unused candles. Am I going crazy or is snow getting heavier? Let's go in Peter's room. Peter's door was tightly locked, and intermittent sobbing came from the door. Peter? Peter? I knocked on the door, but no reply. Are you okay? You're crying real loud. I think it's better not to disturb him. The rosary. By the way, don't you always carry your rosary with you? Most of the time, but I left it at my bedside this time. Unlucky. The course of events. Can you remember what happened before the dinner? Before the dinner, I propose we pray before the meal to glorify God. Then Anzaz went upstairs to get my rosary, which I had forgotten. Unfortunately, something had happened in the end. Maybe it was the punishment of God for my laziness. That's not right. Eh? This isn't divine judgment, it's murder. If God wants to punish someone, it should only be the murderer. After finding out who the murderer was, is my responsibility. Suddenly, I think you're even a little handsome. Just a little. About Anzox. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you've been handling Anzox recently. Really? For example, pouring drinks for you this morning. Just a few times. Heron tapped his fingers if you don't. Isn't it no wrong? Help someone get something just to be nice to others? Heron stopped me from approaching the nightstand. I didn't hesitate. Heron's Bible in the drawer and the rosaries on the nightstand. Anzot was hit when he came to fetch the rosary. Now why is the rosary still? And took the rosary and cupped it close to my nose, sniffing it deeply. It's this smell now, remember? After a while I compare it with the smell of the same. I forgot we can go into smell vision. The bed was a bit messy. We talked to him about everything. I don't want to think that he's the one that caused the problem. Kane is not here anymore. I couldn't help thinking of him every time I stepped into this room. Small drops of blood in the bedsheet. They're a bit faded from time, but can be seen. Nothing's in the drawer. Nothing's in the drawer. Candlestick, no idea if it's the same one from the other night. The window's closed firm. We're gonna check to make sure no one's been in my drawer. This is the evidence from my last case. The notebook I kept notes in. Check notes. 20 December 1285. Huh. Well, why was that in different language? Notes on a serial murder, 3rd Avenue Street, apartments in Sunrise. Venus. Why is our door? There's still continuous snowing. Why is our window open? Candle my room. This is my backpack. My clothing and sundries are inside. I didn't bring enough to change every day, of course. I'm too young to fall asleep. Okay. Enzo's luggage, the clothing size, are embroidered with fancy patterns and dark thread. Pills have been used so they look fluffy. A candle, nothing special. The snow is still heavy. And the drawer is still empty. Elegance Tronoseka looks normal. The mouth of it is slightly sealed. Obna found what I found was still the 13 names. But my name is crossed too. Candle, nothing special. Seems like snow's not going to stop. The bedsheet's age is well tidied. There are clear stains on the pillow, which maybe uses saliva, I guess. There's still nothing in the drawer. A candle could be a weapon with a candlestick, maybe. The pavement in front of the tavern is covered by thick snow. Right. It said his door was locked. I don't see anything weird. So again, they said we shouldn't go down to the first floor, but Anox's Betty sleeps here almost every stay at the White Star Tavern. Now he's lying on it too. To Ivy's book, there's a blurred dragon and weird sigils scrawled on cover. To Ivy's medicine box, heavy. Tarzan's keys hanging on the bedside. The keys would be here if there are any occupied rooms. But only Tarzan has a cellar key and it's not on the keychain. Sergeant's bed there was originally two, but one of them was given to Thrivey for now. A candle could be a weapon, a candlestick maybe. Sergeant's jump out on the left loft, old hemp rope decorated as angel wings from an old costume. Let's talk. Talk to Thrivey. Assumption about incident. What do you think happened this time? I'm not familiar with Anzox, but I'm not surprised someone finds him to be annoying, based on how he behaves while we share this room. Why? He plays his lute at night, while in his bed. Well, I understand some nobles will hire musicians to play music while they sleep, but I don't think that's quite my preference. About Anzox. What can you tell me about Anzox's injuries? His scales partially deflect the blow, so the actual wound isn't deep. It still bled heavily though, and it's still a head injury. When do you think he'll wake up? Best case scenario, a few days. That's assuming there isn't significant trauma to the brain or internal bleeding. I'd be lucky to wake up at all if that thing hit me. If it weren't for his skills, or if it had struck him on his neck, he likely wouldn't have survived. Pretty sure the last place anyone unconscious would want to be is here. Sorry. That's unsettling. Let's see if we can talk to him. I've been down to gaze at Anzox. He was lying on his bed, his head wrapped with white cloth, with the uninjured side down. By the way, is it possible dragons lie flat on their back, or would their horns pierce through the pillow or something? I poked his tummy, and though covered with scales, it was unexpectedly bouncy. Detective, what are you doing? Please don't disturb the patient. I'm not doing anything. I drew back my hand. Okay, we'll just leave him alone. Looks like we... Oh yeah, their room. Let's see. Double bed, only double-sided tavern. No one stays here most of the time. The cup is empty. Handbell for calling a shot, but no one will respond to the bell now. I can't look via weapon. Yeah, it says. I was approaching the nightstand when Luna came and stood between me. Something I can help you with. Something I can help you with, Bonjour, Roman. So much for checking that. May I check the drawer? There's no article in the door in relation about this crime, I presume. His lip curved and swung home. As a Marquis, I possess the privilege to refuse my unjustifiable, any unjustifiable such. Marquise, or Marquise, I don't know how to say that so loud. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions. Why, of course. Have you ever noticed anything odd during the day? I could smell the scent of orange blossom, jasmine, vanilla, and solar. It was like she'd just come from the southern parts of the kingdom. I didn't notice anything bizarre. I watched you play with the dots before noon. Then, in the afternoon, I was taking a nap. I tried to stop my noise from sniffing too hard. I do apologize if that was of little help. It's okay, I'm fine. How to look. So, Marquis, can you recall what had happened today? Oui, of course. I recall after the sun rose, Sergeant called everyone to go downstairs. I had just awoken, so I went downstairs together with Solar. Sergeant advised us not to disturb you, so you stayed asleep until we had finished le petit déjeuner, and later you came downstairs somnolent. So I was the only one who hadn't eaten for the whole day. So I was the only one who hadn't eaten for the... So it was approximately 3 or 4 people who went down. I was taking a nap in the afternoon, so I know nothing of that. And le denier. I haven't had it yet. That made me even hungrier. To conclude, Rand didn't bring his rosary, so Hans also went upstairs to assist him. The unfortunate incident occurred. Thank you for your cooperation. Let's see. Okay, so these are just sitting there. Let's see, what else is this? It's a vase that Sergeant keeps at the fire. So wondering when we put flowers in it later. The fireplace was still warm and bright, but the Christmas atmosphere in the town was not gloomy and cold. There's some drops of gray which were not wiped out. There's a small cold food, smell of cold food coming from the kitchen. I guess we will talk, huh? Vince and Linus were sitting at either end of the long table. Vince was leaning over the back of the chair, and Enos has been over the table. The meat's still hot. Steam is still getting out from the pot cover. Let's talk to Vincel. Mr. Vincel, I wonder if it's convenient to ask me some questions. Of course, my good detective asks your questions. Can you remember what happened before and after dinner? Technically, it's not even after dinner. Well, Herman suggested that we pray before the meal. Then he said that he forgot his rosary and went to go upstairs to fetch it. Anzox was near the stairs, so he went to go fetch it. Then we heard the sun. I see. Let's talk to Enos. Assumption about incident. What do you think happened this time? Hope it's just an accident. It would be terrible if anything happens again, especially on Christmas. And if there's a killer among us, I can't exactly say I can relax. Why can't they just surrender instead of playing hide and seek? Ain't like attempted murder will result in death sentence. But you just wait patiently at the docks after you got in a fight with someone. Damn straight. I bet Anzox. What do you think about Anzox? Nothing special, just a bard. Nothing special. He hangs around a bunch of taverns and only stays for a few days, so it's not like he has much time to make friends or enemies. I doubt anyone's willing to lend him money though, he never asked. Anyhow, I don't understand why everyone would want to kill him. Prayer before meal. What was with your dinner prayer before dinner? Everything was fine without it, if there wasn't so much trauma for today. By the way, it wasn't the first mealtime prayer we had this whole time. Yeah. Okay, that's all for now. Let's see. In the hall. No one's in the toilet, right? Okay, good. Just me. It's in the kitchen. Search. A knife is stuck in a chopping board. Cold meat stew in the pot. The broth has congealed. Cold meat. Oh. Ham knife, slice knife, vegetable chopper, and bread slicer on a knife rack. Not a clue. The level of the water's gone down a bit since yesterday. Let's see if we can go in the cellar. There's nothing. Sergeant's cleared the dust off the barrels and rearranged them. The cellar's chain edge feels sharp. I'd cut myself from touching it. The sergeant with his skeleton seemed to have such a problem, so I never bothered changing it. Sergeant put everything in order except for this cup. Weird. So we think we talked to everyone. The first floor. Let's see if they're ready. Blood on the floor. Sergeant's muscular back. When he isn't so busy, he would untie the belt and his wings to flap his wings. That's the reason his wings are still strong. The ladder is now on Sergeant's head, but Anzox's blood soaked in it. A lot like this could knock even Anzox into a coma. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sergeant's strong arms. Okay. Anything interesting. Nope. This. The wooden handle's not broken. Most of the remains of the wooden handle are tangled in the rope and swayed in the air. The wooden handle looks like it's bent and broke. The color is very new. The cross section of the wooden handle has many sharp wooden splinters and seems that several of them broke. Wooden handle rope is usually wrapped around it, but not. Now it's been broken, leaving only the base of the wall. The wooden handle looks like it bent and then broke. The color is very new. The cross section of wooden handle has many sharp wooden splinters, and it seems like several of them broke. Our key. On the right from the far room's mind, visible elegance in it, nothing was found. On the left, which were searched. Okay. Okay. I've searched everywhere else. Time to focus on the crime scene from now on. See, let's talk. That's what he said earlier. So there must be something I need to look for that I'm not able to. The ladder was suspended from the hemp rope, was usually wrapped around the wooden handle on the left-hand side of the second floor suspended ladder. When I arrived at the scene, the bottom of the ladder was pressed against Anzox's head. Maybe look there. Is there something I missed with him? You alright? The letter too heavy for you? No, just finish this quickly. Anazaz's wound is on the back of his head. Don't this is ours in though. I took some notes here. Oh. So we have Sniff. I took a deep breath trying to sniff out the murderer. Although it doesn't work all the time, it saves me a lot of trouble. The scent of blood's too strong. I can't connect the scene. Might as well pay attention to the other scent. I close my eyes and breathe in and out through my nose. Different rays and different things smell different. When they interaction with each other, they'll leave their unique scent on each other. I close my eyes and sniff carefully. I can locate a position of every odor and restore it into the scene. The more similar interaction methods, places, and times are, the more similar the scent is. Nails cracked in. The Anzox and the murder both touched it. The smell makes me nervous. Zarzan lies here, but with a totally different scent. It's hard enough to simulate position, but way too hard to simulate the scent. Luckily, Anzox's scent still linger. The ladder smells of blood. It smells like sweat and silver. What does that mean? The scent goes thicker at the bottom. It smells like something at the crime scene. Oh no, it's gonna do this. Okay. Again, every time. Sweat and silver. Oh. Hmm. So we can't really sniff. Oh, dang it. I don't think I can do anything. Same stuff. Okay, so it's not gonna give me anything now. Maybe I should sniff room. The life smells just like the rosary. That surely means they have contacted, but why? Maybe I should do it. The evidence I have is enough. Time to find out the truth. Sorry these are long, but I've never played this. Let's save our progress. Does that mean like all these people's portraits at some point are gonna be like red? Bye bye. Alright, let's save here. After a thorough search, I asked everyone to come to the attic for trial. If Anzai wakes up during the process, maybe I can solve the case more quickly. At this time, Anzai once jumped in with some strange theory to influence my conclusions. When I have no idea. Although that was one of my wishes, I didn't want it to happen this way at all. I sat on the edge of Anne Sox's bed, waiting for everyone to gather in the attic. Elegant climbed up lightly, so light that I didn't even notice her. This place, it may become problematic if we try to fit everyone up here. Let Anzaz listen to the process, although I don't think if he can hear it. Don't know if he can hear it. It would be fortuitous if he woke up at an opportune moment, no? Eunice's footsteps thumped heavily on the ladder. I can't we just discuss it in the hall? Maybe we could talk while eating. I don't think you can focus on the case while smelling the stew. Everyone came upstairs to the attic, which made the already small room become even more crowded. The wind flooring our feet seemed to settle a little, and a sharp frictional creaking was produced when anyone moved. I started to think it was a bad idea to put 11 people in the attic. Peter sat next to Zarzan and bowed his head without saying a word, as if he was trying to curl up beside him. Luna took Seller's hand and looked at me. Just like before, let's try to keep things as simple and clear as possible, no overcomplicating things. If this really was just an accident, then there's no need to assume there's a murder among us. So, was Anne Sox's injury an accident, or was it deliberately set up? It is impossible he was unable to operate the letter and accidentally broke the handle. Impossible! Hold it. What? Are you so sure? He sleeps in the attic every time he comes here. Nothing ever happened to him when he went up or down. It's quite impossible for him to make such a mistake. Well, you have known him for a long time after all. I'll add that to my notes. But who would want to kill Lanzox? I don't remember if he's got any enemies. Besides, most of us here have only known him for merely a day. Is that all somebody needs to kill? Let's put the motive aside. I can figure it out later. Is that so? I want to find out those who were able to commit the crime first. Is it possible that the handle was stressed already and it was about to break anyway? If so, Lanzox is just unlucky enough to trigger it. Impossible. Hold it. Why? The handle is strong enough to bear the weight of the ladder. That's right. I have investigated this handle thoroughly. Why is the handle not likely to break soon? Rope tangled on the handle. Rope pulls up the ladder. The wooden handle was bent down. There are no color disposition on the splinter. The splinter was blunt. Wait, what? The rope pulls up the ladder. The wooden handle hung the ladder in the attic through a rope. So it was easy to break if it was kept under near constant vision. No. What I want to say is, where did the rope pull the handle, or where did the handle break? The wooden handle was bent down. There are no colored dispositions on the splinter. The splinter was what? The wooden handle was bent. So what? The weight of the ladder passed through the rope and pulled the handle up. So if it was an accident, the handle should have broken upwards. Indeed, it is. Indeed it was, Roman. By the way, I felt strange when I retrieved my rosary. It was neither Lanzox's hands nor pressed under him, but on his back. Why didn't you tell me something that important earlier? I just remembered it. In short, it seems that there are a lot of details that cannot be explained right now. Let's rule out whoever couldn't have tampered with the ladder. The first people we can exclude. Who could be excluded? Those in the hall this afternoon, those alone this morning, those stayed downstairs today. Anyone who hasn't been upstairs today, so the main suspects are Dryly, Benzel, and myself. First look, let's ask them one by one. Sorry, I'm a little cold. How do you ask yourself? I'll just confess when it's my turn. Very well, you first, please. We'll go in order, Thrivey. What were you doing when the accident happened? It was... Thrivey just removed fancy. Waiting for Herring to finish praying. Ah. Didn't everyone do this at the time of the incident? What did you do upstairs this morning? Let me think. Sorry. I went upstairs to the attic to get the book on my bedside. When I went downstairs, I tried to put a ladder up, but failed. So I went downstairs to call Roman for help. Damn, that makes me suspicious. I need to do something to direct his suspicion to the real murderer. Something smells fishy. Maybe I'll press harder on further information. What point to ask? The book on the bed? The one with the cover you can't read. Although I think it has nothing to do with the case. Which point to ask? Failed to pull up the ladder. Why did you fail to pull away the ladder? Oh, why did you fail to pull away the... You do realize the ladder weighs more than I do, right? How can I? Which point to ask? Ask Roman now. Why did you call me to help lift the ladder at the time? I happened to meet you on my way down. In other words, if you happened to meet someone else, you would have asked them to help you. That's correct. Which points to ask. Please add what you just mentioned to your testimony. Very well. Please testify again. I went upstairs to the attic to get the book on my bedside, the thick one. I was so light that I couldn't move it. I saw Roman at the entrance of the stairs when I went downstairs, and then I asked him for help. So he just happened to meet me, and I didn't know in advance that I had a chance to. Are you sure? Why are you standing at the staircase and you want to go upstairs? I did intend to go up, but I didn't intend to break the ladder. On the contrary, I can prove that I had no chance to tamper with the ladder. For the reason could I sabotage it? Didn't have time. Didn't go upstairs. I didn't have time. I just stayed upstairs for a while, which meant I didn't have enough time to sabotage the ladder. If I remember correctly, driving myself still upstairs only for a short time. This point is not convincing. Mr. Vincent, would you care to testify? Vincent tightened his gloves and adjusted his tie. Of course. I didn't stay long upstairs, so I had no chance to do anything to the ladder. I even didn't notice the ladder. Couldn't think about it. It felt hard to upset the lever. Let Tom correctly, I might have found a trace left by Mr. Detective. Please don't speculate when you testify. Besides, Anzacs and I don't know each other. Why would I harm him? And it was not I who asked for the rosary. Something smells fishy to me. I pressed harder for further information. What to ask? Short time upstairs. How long did you stay upstairs? Probably from the time throwing darts was proposed to the time the dart game was ready to start. What to ask? Didn't notice the ladder. You didn't know the ladder, really? Yeah, the ladder was not on the corridor like it is now. How could I notice it? What to ask? A wild guess. You imply that I am the murderer. What do you want to do? Don't talk to me because of this, Mr. Detective. Mentioning personal wrongs in the name of public interest is a violation of the law. You. What to ask? Don't know each other. You and Ansel really haven't met each other before. Why would I lie? The taverns are frequent, not quite as low. Vincent glanced at the annoyed sergeant who beside him and shut his mouth. What to ask? Rosary. Why did you just mention the rosary? Was that strange? This whole mess happened because Harry was going upstairs to get the rosary. What to ask? And what you mentioned to your testimony? Absolutely. Please testify again. Hold it. I was always upstairs when the time the dart game was proposing to the adults already, so didn't have that much time to fill it with the ladder. The ladder was still in the attic, and I didn't notice it at all. Couldn't think about it. If I had observed the ladder at Tom carefully, I might have found a trace left by Dr. Mr. Detective. Strike that last sentence. I've met the Red Dragon before, and here he was, just a brief acquaintance. I have no motivation to murder him. It was Heron who mentioned the rosary, and it was not my business. All the suspects have been questioned. There seems to be nothing, but after hearing the testimony, I want to add another suspect. Have you not confirmed that the rest have not gone upstairs? Unnecessary suspects should be ruled out. Sean wasn't on the list at first yesterday, but eventually. So who are you talking about? I would say. I mean, to be honest, it's Anzacs. I suspect it was organized by Anzacs himself. Indeed, that's why. Indeed, that could explain why he voluntarily ran upstairs, but everything else makes no sense. If he had a brain If he has a brain, he said he would not risk his life in order to frame others with such an ambiguous puzzle. I think he would really do that. No one else went upstairs. The doctor? I think it was Heron. I think so. As the owner, Rosary, do you have anything to explain? Is there anything to explain? For example, did you go upstairs during the day? Why was the Rosary not with you? Why did you pray before meals today? And tell me anything you think was strange. Okay. I've been downstairs all day and I believe everyone can testify to that. I left my rosary in my room, so I had to go upstairs temporarily today. What's wrong with praying before meals? Speaking of something strange, the door of my room was locked. Does that count? The name smells fishy, man. I press her. Which I asked. Did you go upstairs today, even one? Everyone saw me. Of course not. Which I asked. Rosary. Regarding the rosary, I would like to ask a question. What of the rosary? Was the rosary on Anna? Why was the rosary on Annex when the incident occurred? How should I know? Why did you pick it up? I didn't think about it. I thought it was my stuff. What should I ask? Why did you pray before the meal today? It seems strange. I have prayed before every meal. Is that a problem? The door was locked. Why was your door being locked? It's strange. Don't you know? I never locked the door. What? I believe in God physically and mentally, and I believe that God can protect me from all calamities. So the door was unlocked when you left today. Absolutely. That was... Let me write it down. Please add what you mentioned to your testimony. I shall. Please testify again. I haven't gone upstairs today, and everyone here can testify to that. I left my rose in my room, so I had to go upstairs. As for how it got on Anna's, I have no idea. I pray before every meal. It's common, though I didn't do so openly out of respect for Zazen. I didn't lock my door, but I found that my door was locked after the accident. I really don't understand why. There's something of his own. Never contradicts Harry's testimony. Then how did the rosary get on Anzax's back? I don't know. Whatever contradicts Harry's testimony. Wait. This is all wrong. Did you say you pray before meals every day? Yes. Is there anything wrong with that? But that was the first time since you got here that we prayed before a meal. But therefore, maybe I remembered it wrong. But what does that have to do with the case? Although I'm not sure whether this is a related case, I hope you can recall why today you suddenly remember praying before meals. Farewell. Usually whenever there's a chance, I pray before meals. In the past few days, to respect the sensibilities of the tavern's owner, I did not mention praying before meals. Today is Christmas, and I thought that it made sense to have a short meal prayer on this particular holiday. Besides, there are others who had asked me to do so. Something smells fishy. May I press harder for a brother asks for what? Usual pressure. What do you mean it's normal? That means when I was in the monastery. As for what? Sergeant says, why do you mean by out of respect to Sergeant? It seems that he's not so passionate about faith. So you didn't forget to pray these days, but rather you dared not. Maybe you could say that. Aaron looked to the side and his voice quiet. As for what? Christmas. Christmas prayers should be normal. Yes. So were you the first one who thought about praying? I was about to say others. Wait, did anyone else ask you to do this? Yes. Why didn't you say so earlier? How should I know it's important? Of course. It's very likely that whoever proposed it is the criminal. That was not me. It was... Dinah just wanted to make us believe that he initiated prayer, but now he was done. It was Vincel. What? Wait a minute. Wait. Bloody hell. Wait a minute. Didn't you propose to pray before the meal? I'm trying to remember who said it. I'm trying to remember who said it. Who proposed to pray before the meal? Vincel said the prayer before the meal was Heron's proposal. It wasn't me. That was what he said, so he'd be acquitted and frame me. I turned to look at the lens. Do you have anything to say, Vincel? I indeed reminded Heron to pray, but why do you think that means I would murder someone? I wanted to kill Anzalt, so why didn't I just let Anzalt go upstairs and help me pick something up? Why would I bother remind Heron to remember to pray before the meal? What if he went upstairs by himself? Impossible. Hold it. If anyone who has been in tavern these days will find out, you can use Heron to get to Anzal's. Why? How could he use Heron to get to Anzal's in the trap? In the past few days, Heron has often called on Anzal's and asked him to do things for him, like pouring him drinks and taking a spoon, so it was natural for him to get the rosary upstairs. Because the murderer took advantage of Anzal's tendency to help Heron and used it to set up a trigger for the trap. And who among us do you think is most familiar with traps, alibis, and crimes of these sorts? You, my good detective, and it's not true that the calm cat over there is also suspicious. Elegant flexed her paws quietly, her claws sliding up. Therefore, if the murderer used a trap to kill someone, I'll see what only Roman could do. That's true, I do know these things because of my profession, but I'm sure everyone in this room, even insects, can come up with one or two simple traps like that. Only 3 things are needed to make a trap in this case. The wooden handle, the rosary, and the key to Heron's room. Let's start with the wooden handle. It's broken downwards. The handle was broken downwards. After breaking the handle, just inserted the handle back into the slot. Is there any evidence to support your theory? It's pure speculation. Let me see. Is there any evidence to support your theory? It's pure speculation. It's not because I can prove that the suspect inserted the handle back in. Rope tangled on the handle. Rope pulls up the ladder. The one handle was bent down. There are no colored deposition. The splinter was blunt. Because the rope was wrapped around the handle. What does it? That. Looking through the suspect inserted the handle back in. There are no colored disposition on the splinter. There are no color disposition on the splinter. Because there's no color deposit on the cross section on the wooden handle. Why? He inserted it as soon as it broke, so the fractured surface had no chance to get dirty. It's not that this station was just a bit far-fetched. Because the splinters were broken, after the suspect broke the handle, he inserted it back in the direction of the splinters and pressed it tightly. This way, the friction between the splinters would cause the handle to get stuck there. If he properly adjusted the handle, it would support the wooden ladder, but when someone wanted to lower the ladder and start to untie the rope, the handle would come loose and the ladder would fall unexpectedly from overhead. In the process of inserting the handle back in and loosening it, it is inevitable to break a few splinters. So the suspect should have done just that. That sounds reasonable, but this brings us no closer to identifying the suspect, no? Then there is the rosary. When we found Anzox, the rosary is on his back, and he was knocked down by the ladder that suddenly fell. That shows that where was the rosary? It shows that the rosary is on the ladder. If Anzox saw that he was looking for the ladder, it was natural for him to lower the ladder. Then the ladder fell on Anzox. A ladder for the Anzox and the rosary hanging on the ladder would fall on his back. But why did Anzox chase the ladder? If he was there looking for the rosary, he would definitely not look there. He would only find it in Heron's room. Because Heron's room was locked, Anzox couldn't open the door, and when he turned to go downstairs to ask Heron for the key, he saw the rosary hanging on the ladder. He would naturally reach out to pull the twine wrapped around the handle, trying to lower the ladder to get the rosary. That just triggered the trap set up by the criminal. Next is Heron's key. Thanks to Heron's testimony, we now know that his room is generally unlocked. His key was on the nightstand, and he hadn't moved it. According to Zarin, there are 2 keys to each room in the tavern. Then the second key was... Where was the second key? It was on the keychain Zarin usually carries with him. By the way, it seems like my keys disappeared for a while this morning. First I thought I was confused, but now it seems that maybe the murderer took my keychain. When did you find the keychain was missing? I put it on the counter. I went down the cellar. When I returned, it was gone. When did you rediscover it? After playing around in darts, I found it on the counter. In that case, there's enough time for the murderer to bring the keychain upstairs, lock the door, and then return. In other words, the killer could be someone who approached the counter while Zarzan entered the cellar and went upstairs, but the keychain was lost. When the key appeared, the killer should also be near the counter. Quick Q&A. Please click the movie icon for the answering. The weapon. The weapon is... What is the weapon? The ladder. The weapon is the ladder. Anzox was hit by the ladder. The wound can support the assumption. Besides, the murderer could hardly perform his trick in front of everyone else. Method? Modus operandi. Let's talk about how this happened. Deductive reasoning. Arrange the occurrence chronologically from top to bottom, dragging chips to each position. see. The suspect took Tarzan's keychain. The suspect broke the handle and then plugged it back. The suspect with the rosary on the ladder. The suspect messed with the rope. The suspect with the rosary on the ladder. The suspect reminded Aaron about praying. The suspect messed around with the rope. Didn't mess with the rope. It did. I don't think he did that. This husband didn't take the rosary away. He didn't remind him. About your answer, two of the chips are in their position. Oh, it will help a lot if you arrange events in chronological order. The suspect took Tarzan's keychain. The suspect took the rosary away. Well, he had to take the key, and the suspect took the rosary away. He didn't take away the suspect with the rosary on the ladder. Let's see. The suspect. I don't think that anything happened to the rope, right? Took the handle, plugged it back in. Maybe put the rosary on the ladder. Then he broke the handle and plugged it back in. This is gonna keep. I already did that. So, hold on. looks like I'm gonna fudge up again. I'm pretty sure it is wrong. So he went upstairs, he took his keychain, so he took the rosary, and then he put the rosary on there. And he broke the handle and plugged it back in. This is a sequence of events. I got it right. The suspect. I think the murder is... Who's the murderer? Well, no one's dead yet. It's Vincel. It's Vincel. Why you... What are you always against me? I'm not taking it personally. I got vital proof that you are the murderer. What evidence do you have? I went upstairs right before you, and the handle was in perfect shape. Who else could it be? But what's the motive? When it comes to motivation, can it just look what can it just look what's happened? Has that been between Sean and Kane? They knew each other before and separated because of conflict? I think it's impossible. Firstly, they really communicated today. I don't think they would keep their countenance if they met before. Secondly, if Anzox owed Vincel something and Vincel wanted to murder him, Anzox should at least take precaution. In a nutshell, I think Vincel's real motivation is he's a random murderer, his target was someone else, Anzox got the goods on him. Most Vincel wanted to murder Anzox because his target was someone. Maybe his target was the Anzox but someone else. So obviously we can't find a motivation for Anzox. I've overestimated our famous Detective Roman. Wait, what are you talking about? My target is very definitive from the very beginning. It is Anzox. Wait, pardon? My only target is I didn't expect that you will admit it so quick. Vincel clenches with a loud, angry gurgle in his throat. Okay, I lose. It was me, Hut Anzox. I have to admit that you are so gentleman when you pledge you're guilty. Then would you like to tell us your motivation anyway? You have already confessed your crime. No, thanks. Okay, though, curiosity, I guess we have to continue. Although the motivation is not clear at all, now that the Lynx has pleaded guilty, let's start to summarize the case. In other words, Vincel has started to set his trap in the morning. In the mornings, Arsene explained the situation to us and suggests that everyone try to stay together in the hall and only leave the room one at a time. While this would avoid incidents between the two people, it also gave Vincel the chance he needed. Utilizing the rule that only one person can go upstairs at a time, not enough time to set the trap without worrying about being caught. It was suspicious to let Anzox go upstairs to trigger the mechanism directly. Fortunately, Vincel knew that someone could order Anzox around, namely Aaron. Vincel took something from the counter while Tarzan was busy in the cellar. That was the keychain. The tavern keychain. He took the keys that Tarzan had removed from his waist and left on the counter. Then he went upstairs, opened the door, took the rosary from Heron's room, and hung it from the ladder. But Vincel made a mistake. He didn't know that Heron never locked his door, so when he came out, he locked the door like everyone else. He broke the handle of the ladder and started back in place and went downstairs. Until dinner, no one went upstairs to trigger the trap, and Vinzel's plot was more than half successful. At dinner once, Vinzel reminded Heron to pray before dinner, and Henry asked Annex to go upstairs. Anzox went upstairs and found the door was locked and looked around. Seeing a rosary hanging on a ladder, he naturally reached out onto the twine around the handle. The rope came loose from the handle, and the ladder fell down the guideway, hitting Anzox. This is your plot, Vinzel, am I right? Talent kept his eyes wide open and pulled the gloves back and forth. His sweat dripped down from the ends of his fur. Alright, you win. So what you intend to do with me? We will bring you to justice, of course. Tarzan picked up a length of twine, caught Vinzel from behind, and tied his hands. Just hitting someone who's uncovered a crime, don't you know that? Shut up. Oh, not so hard. Be gentle with my wrist. You're no longer a guest now. You're a dangerous criminal who endangered your safety of my guests. Why should I treat you gently? Vinzel glared at me, trying to get rid of the rope that bound his hands behind him. Untie me, you wretched son of a... Tarzan grabbed Vinzel around his chest and hoisted him easily into air. Vinzel screamed silently and baring all his teeth as the breath pushed out of his lungs. I just cleaned up the cellar this morning. Perfect place for a bastard like you to spend a Merry Christmas. Vince stretched his neck and bent down, trying to sink his teeth into Tarzan's arm. Tarzan turned around and pressed Vinzel's head aside. Don't force me to gag you. Vinzel was trying vainly to bite Tarzan as he reached out to a pile of clutter and junk. Here, let me give you a hand. No, you don't want to touch it. That smelly cleaning cloth in the kitchen. Tarzan grabbed something on top of the pile of clutter and stuffed it into Vinzel's mouth. Vinzel's eyes went wide and began to shake his head, trying to spit out. From its color and texture, it looked like Vinzel had one of Tarzan's unwashed socks in his mouth. He's right, I don't want to touch that. I can smell it from here. Tarzan slung Vinzel over his shoulder and walked past us. Solar covered her nose with a handkerchief. I started feeling sorry for Vinzel having something like that in his mouth, unable to escape the smell. Must be torturing him right now. The others left the attic out to Tarzan and Vinzel. I sat back and sucks his big clutching and subconscious tail in my hand. Something is wrong. What? I believe I took the physical examination more seriously. No, the motive. Motive? But if he refused to explain his actions, there's a bit changed. But the thing is, he also admitted to committing the crime. What's in it for him if the murderer isn't him? Sure, some merchant would betray their own mothers if they stood to gain profit, but I can't think of any compensation that can make Vinzel plead guilty on Christmas. No, there's just something that bothers me. I would think about it. Dive exhaled and relaxed. There's nothing else to do in the attic. Let's go downstairs. I've been waiting for that Christmas feast. Speaking of which... Mr. Detective? Are you okay? What just happened? You just suddenly fell backwards. Fortunately, you were on the bed, otherwise it would have hurt. I'm fine. You must be starving. Can you still go downstairs? Go enjoy your stew. Maybe I'll try. I slowly stood with elegant support, dragging my weak legs down the stairs. The aroma of stew seemed to linger in the corridor, although I knew that it was just pure imagination. A stew must be stone cold after such a long time. Even a towel in the broth would be a creamy layer of fat on the surface. The scent seemed to be stronger, but there was no sign of stew on the table. You came just at the right time. Tarzan brought a pot of steaming stew from the kitchen. The others were in the mood for stew and returned to their rooms after having bread and cold meat. I was worrying that no one would eat my stew. Gimme, gimme, gimme! Just a second. Tarzan poured 2 bowls of stew and then landed a large portion in my bowl with almost all meat surprisingly, but actually, have all you want. I can finish this. Actually, I prefer broth more. Thanks. I bowed my head and devoured my stew. After being warmed up, the meat was almost torn apart by the heat. The muscle fibers were slightly separated, and the fibers of the outer edge were almost pulled off. The broth was almost much thicker than usual, but I was too hungry to be picky. I just wanted to fill my stomach quickly. After 3 bowls of stew, I stopped eating, licked my lips, and looked around. Elegant was still slowly lapping the broth with her tongue. The stew on the table was left unused. Tarzan didn't seem very satisfied with his work. He ate it. half a bowl and put it down with a sigh. Excuse me, I need to take some up to the tuna attic while it's still hot. Please enjoy yourself. I'll send you a pet a letter later. Tarzan reached into his pocket and put a dagger in my hand. Here, I found this on Vincenzo. Keep an eye on it. Tarzan went upstairs with both still in each hand and began to wonder how he would climb into life. You say you're on vacation, yet come across cases one to other. You're quite a workaholic. Don't act like I'm enjoying this. I think you... Roman, let's talk. What? In private. Ian's glance at Elegant, who was still sitting there. Enjoy yourselves. I think I shall return to my room. Elegant walked upstairs, but I felt she could whatever eavesdropping upstairs. I hated this, but you paid me back some of the money I lent you. What? I didn't expect exactly plan to stay here this long. Now my money is running out. Right, I still got some of my payment from last case. Is one right here now? Maybe a little more. I know, I usually don't push this hard, but 1.5, take it or leave it. Alright, can you break it down to 105, say it for me? I just took that large handful of copper coins from me and stuffed them into his pocket. Really sorry for asking you to pay me back in this situation. It's okay. Everyone has difficulties sometimes. I waved my hand and went upstairs. I did not expect you to be so wealthy. Are you trying to make a joke? How should I know? Chaperone, you really don't have any other clothes, do you? If I did, would I be dressed like these? I can lean on my hand around the staircase and roll her eyes. So pick up any clues from your investigation here. Same as yours, nothing. The opportunities for me to sneak away without being noticed of you, so I've yet to have the chance to search thoroughly. I wonder. Speak. Is there anything you can let me know? Well, I suspect when the Noble brothers may be still alive. Weren't they both killed? They were just buried under the debris. Although no one has heard of them as is that. And if a noble by the rank of baron is found to be corrupt, the punishment is, if it was definitive proof, they would be deprived of all their titles, properties, and fortunes. And the crown would cut off the pinky of the right hand. The crown does not tolerate corruption along its nobles. So there's a chance they're still alive somewhere. And indeed, is that relevant to your investigation? Probably not, but I think it might be related to the identity of my client. I thought you said you don't care about anything except money. That is true, but I do get curious from time to time. You're weird. Allian shrugged and turned back to her. I guess I should get some sleep. Considering I just had 3 bowls, though, I should sleep well. I took off my boots, crawled under the quilt, pulled the sheets up over my stomach, and tried to fall asleep. Whoa, you really brought some booze here. Of course I did. I don't care how fun that stuff is. Set it aside for now. After all, we have more important matters to tend to first. A drink first won't hurt. Well, if you insist. Cheers. I thought you would fail me. Do you really think I'm as weak as I look? I just thought I'm not good enough for you. Impossible. Come on, let me feel your temperature. Just my temperature. Don't you want to feel more than just that? All in due time, my darling. Chapter 3. Alright. On that note, after the end of chapter 3, I'm gonna go. Sorry, all these are so long. So, we will end here. If you like what you see, don't hesitate to like and subscribe. Sorry for the long videos. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe to see more content.